Judy speaking.
Hi, Judy. This is Carrie from the International Language Coaching Association. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you. We really wanted to give you a call today because we are so excited about this upcoming webinar that you're doing for us in your capacity as one of our founding board members. And I wanted to hear from you about what's driving this exciting subject. The webinar's on May 26th. And we're hoping to get as many people packed in there as we can because this subject of identifying as a language coach really goes right into the heart of what it is that we're doing at ILCA. It's something that we see all the time, people coming to us saying, you know, I am a language coach, right? And then we unpack, well, what is a language coach and what does that mean? So I'm calling you today so you can talk to us a little bit about, you know, first of all, why you chose this subject.
Well, I started speaking right after English is Stupid Students Are Not was published, and I was promoting it. And it was kind of a different approach. It was student-centered, and it was pretty much the least amount of information that learners needed in order to start speaking confidently and effectively immediately. With however much language they have, it was going to work. That was the idea, and it was so opposite to what was going on in the industry, and this was 2009. I expected a lot of pushback, and I didn't get it. I got out there and hundreds of teachers said, that's what I think. That's what I do too. I don't use International Phonetic Alphabet. I made up my own phonetic alphabet, and on and on and on. And it just occurred to me it was a movement really of people who were experimenting and trying things. I don't know if it's outside the box, but they were using their own initiative and their own experiences to address student autonomy like it's never been addressed before. So I think my journey has an everyman quality to it. I think a lot of teachers will relate.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, at ILCA, we work with people literally from all over the world. It's a global kind of mission, and we have people coming to us from all over being, you know, excited to have found kind of a centralized point for language coaching. Is that your experience too? Have you worked with teachers from all over the world or more concentrated
I
in
work
one
with teachers
geographic
all over
region?
the world, and I've been hired to different countries, which was all great. I got started being hired to different countries for business people who had limited time and unlimited money. So they would pay you a ridiculous amount of money if you could fix their problem quickly.
Right.
So then it was a function of a fantastic assessment and specific tools for specific people, and then their courses, if you want to call it that. But our meetings, our sessions were 5 to 10 meetings, and the issue that they came to you with was gone, and that's what they need. They have money, they don't have time, so they need something fixed right away. And that really honed the whole process. Just cut out a lot of dead wood, and and then I was officially a coach, but I didn't really start there.
Okay, very interesting. And what can we expect out of this webinar?
I'll tell my story and stop periodically because there were moments of enlightenment. Oprah calls them aha moments. And when you know, I was just struck with there's something going on here, and I was present to it in the moment, and to the point where I didn't even know what I was going to do in the next moment. I just knew I would never do again what brought me to this moment, and which was sort of traditional training. And as I just shed those things and adopted new approaches, and then I want to say a year and a half ago at the Disruptive Education Conferences in Toronto, we had a think tank. We had speakers on the Saturday and a think tank on the Sunday, and it was so well attended, and every single teacher that came said they didn't identify as disruptive. They said the education system is changing all on its own. We don't have to change it. It's evolving right in front of our eyes. We identify as coaches. And
Yeah.
then somebody in that group hooked me up with you and Gabriella.
Yeah.
And then I took your foundations course, and I said, okay, that took me 20 years, what they just said in a course. And that it was just incredible value, and it was the information I wish I knew 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, you've been an incredible supporter along this journey, and we are so lucky and so happy to have you by our sides in this. Can you tell us a little bit about the niche that you work in your training space with learners or with other teachers?
Well, I have two. One is labor of love, and I want to get the message out to as many people as I can for as little money as possible. And the other one puts food on the table, and it's it's executives.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, working
I
directly
do a
with
great job with the
executives.
executives, but you can only do one-on-one. So I
Hmm.
thought the information that this person is getting, there's probably 500,000 people who need to know what they know. So it's a balance. I have two passions.
Okay. And could you summarize what it is that you feel makes you a language coach? How are you a language coach?
I'm responsible, I'm accountable, and they are responsible for their learning. They do most of the talking, and I have a 100% guarantee. So we, in our initial meeting, we discuss what they want, what their goals are out of our time together, and then I write it down. And I can do it or I can't do it. But if I say, yep, I can do that, which you almost always can do it. I can't obliterate anybody's accent, but I can assuage their fears about their accent being an issue, but I can't eradicate an accent. And I don't think you have to. But yeah, 100% money back guarantee. If you
Okay.
know, and you tell me, that's another part of the assessment, is you tell me when you got what you wanted out of our time together.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
they'll phone me, they'll text me, they'll email me, because it's like ka-ching. They go, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear this webinar and to hear more about your transition and your journey into language coaching. And I'm wondering if you talked about the aha moments along your journey, and I know you're going to get more into this on your webinar. Can you kind of whet our appetite? Can we end on that note? You give us a small example,
Sure.
maybe, or yeah, without
Probably
giving
my
too much
first
away.
week, maybe even my first day, I had absolute beginner students, and I'm putting I am, you are, he is, I'm putting the verb to be on the board, and I'm trying to say I am, and I couldn't say it. And I tried to say he is, and I couldn't say it. And not only could I not say it, I'd never heard he is in my whole life. And I didn't know what was wrong. So what I was telling them I was doing, I wasn't actually doing. It took me 4 years to figure out what I was doing wrong on the very first day. And it was so simple, and it was such a simple fix. And I thought, this is in the top 5 things of people, what people need to know who are learning English. They don't need to wait years, 10, 15 years of English classes. They need to know this their
Right.
first or second day of school.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Okay, thank you. That's powerful. All right, well, thank you so much for your time today, Judy. And it was really great speaking with you. And I'm super looking forward to the webinar.
Me too. Thanks so much for calling.
All right, take care.
Take care.